the Eagles were given an offseason grade by ESPN. ESPN did offseason grades for everybody in the NFL. And the Eagles got what? The Eagles got a B-, I believe, from ESPN?
That was a B+.
A B+? Okay, well, either way, what do you guys make of that grade? Because I look at the Eagles offseason. Now, I think I'm in the minority here. I think it was an A. Like, I look at this offseason, I think the Eagles really did all the things they need to do. The one thing they needed to do more than anything going into it is they needed to keep Zach Bond.
Yeah.
They kept Zach Bond around.
Yeah.
The guys they lost, hey, guys, we knew they were going to lose all those guys. They couldn't keep Milton Williams for that money. They couldn't keep Josh Sweat. I mean, Slay hurts, but at that age, I think a guy who you had to kind of know was on his way out the door. And I look at the way they replaced them. And, you bring in a couple edge rushers, Ojulari, Uche. I think they can replace what Josh Sweat gave you, especially when you add in Jahad Campbell. You lose Milton Williams, but I think this defense is going to be made substantially better just by another year of Jalen Carter, another year of Quinyon Mitchell, another year of Cooper DeJean. I don't think we're accounting enough for the step that all those guys are going to take forward. And I think when we look at this offseason, we really look at it in terms of defense. The offense, pretty much the same. You lose Becton, you should be able to fill in there. But what do you think, Hugh? I think this Eagles defense can be even better this year than they were last year.
Better is lofty.
Tell him he's out of his damn mind, Hugh.
Nah, that's kind of lofty. That's kind of lofty because I was thinking about it this morning, right? Because, I was watching my man Mike Brown, a.k.a. Bear Brooks, do his thing on TV. I swear Barry look like Mike Brown now, man, because he shaved up all his hair. But I look at it like this. Darius Slade played pretty darn good last year, and he imparted a lot of wisdom on those young guys. And Quinyon Mitchell is a hell of a corner. I'm not going to say he's going to struggle. That's not the word I would use. I would say he's going to be challenged this year. Because he's going to go, and he's had his moments where he's went with the number one receiver. But I think the volume is going to be a lot different this year. And he played physical. He's going to be challenged this year. I think that, the defense and the pieces that they have, the core pieces, I think they're going to grow and evolve because what they did last year, man, I can't express enough about how phenomenal it was in a short period of time for that defense to come together and be as ranked as high as they were because the best we were hoping for is like a middling defense.
Yeah.
The way that they play. You're adding some more pieces. I think Coach Fangio is a really, really good defensive coordinator. There's potential for there to be, and I've told people this, there's potential for there to be a little bit of a lull. I'm being very picky in the words that I'm going to use because I don't want anybody to be like, oh my gosh, you're doom and gloom or anything.
Hater.
I don't, hater, whatever the kids want to call it. But there's a lot that happened, man, and there's a lot of young kids on this team that had a lot of success in the NFL early, and with success comes a little bit of you get the spoils of winning, and you enjoy those spoils. So there might be a little bit of a lull at the beginning of the season where they have to battle back and fight to get refocused.
Yeah, and I get that part of it, but I look at it as the defense at the beginning of this year, they weren't very good either. I mean, the defense in the first 4 weeks wasn't very good. It took time. But I look at it, and I think the Fangio part of it is a factor as well. This past year, I mean, they're learning on the fly. They're learning Vic Fangio's defense as they're going along. Cooper DeJean wasn't ready to play until a few weeks in. They're doing all this on the fly, and now you have a year of these guys in Fangio's system, another year of experience.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm in the minority here, I think, as well with this. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson was kind of addition by subtraction. I think it was the right thing for the Eagles to move on. But more than anything, I look at those three young guys, DeJean, Mitchell, and more than anything, Jalen Carter. Guys, I don't think we talk nearly enough about how great Jalen Carter could be and already
he's
is.
A beast. No question.
One of the best players in all football. And here was Jeremiah Trotter. This was a couple weeks ago talking about Carter and all the room he still has to grow.
How great of a player could we be watching in Jalen Carter?
Well, we knew going into the draft he was the best player in the draft. He just dropped because he had some off-the-field issues, right? So he was, to me, it wasn't – I ain't going to say it wasn't close, but he was on most people's boards, he was the best player in the draft that year. And he fell to the Eagles at, what, 10, 11?
I think they traded up to 9.
9?
Yeah.
So there's nothing he's doing surprises me, you know. And the word is on the street, he doesn't even know how to play the position yet. I'm listen, from some guys I talked to inside, he doesn't even know how to play the position yet.
Wow.
He's just playing off of raw talent.
Wow.
So the sky's the limit for this kid, you know. So I'm excited about his future.
And that's the thing, man. I think you look at a guy like Jalen Carter, I think he's the equivalent to what Aaron Donald was for the Rams, where you could move the pieces around, you could bring in different guys, and you could get a similar level of production because that one guy's so great. Jalen Carter, if you don't double, triple team him on every play, I mean, he is wrecking your offense. And when you have a guy like that, I just think it raises the level of your defense.
It makes it easier for everybody else to play because you know that he is such a difference maker up front that guard and that tackle and even that center, they have to like be a little hesitant when they try to go up to that next level to get the linebacker because if you let him go too early, he can wreak havoc in the backfield. And that's exactly what he did, man. You know, we talk about the game that Jalen Hurts had against the LA Rams, in the playoffs, and how that game was going for him. And if Jalen Carter doesn't make those plays, you know, we might be having a different conversation here.
I think that play was the second biggest play in Eagles history, next to only the Brandon Graham strip sack.
You know what's funny? Nobody's going to we remember it because we focus on it because of that game. But that's not going to be talked about like that. It's you know what I mean? I get what you're saying, TK, but it's not looked at it like that.
That's because lunatics have decided that this was the season of Jalen Hurts and he put the team on his back to go win the Super Bowl.
I mean, we were talking about a little before the show. If Jalen Carter doesn't make that play, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, everybody, they should send Jalen Carter something because he saved all their asses with that play.
You know what's funny?
Man.
That's one of those plays. That's one of those plays that when you watch it on film and you look at the expand the wide copy, and you're looking from the player's perspective, you're like, yeah,
that dude's a monster.
No, you're looking like that, and the fact that this game could have probably went a little bit different.
He'd be wide open,
Because what was it like 7 sacks? He took like 7 sacks in that game. Like,
yeah,
this game could have been a little different, but it didn't happen that way, TK.
So we'll throw that in there as well. Do you think the Eagles' defense could be even better next year? I do. I think we focus on the guys they lost, but we don't focus enough on the guys they still do have. And this defense still has a lot of damn good players.